Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made Miss Fortune from SkullGirls for the Brand Sculpts Discord Challenge October prompt. Over there we started doing a monthly prompt for the Discord people. I picked Miss Fortune cause, you know, awesome cat girls. Who doesn't love an immortal sassy cat? Or at least I do. As always, if you enjoy this content, please do the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe. There are base meshes for sale on my Gumroad, and all links are in the description. Also, comment below your favorite Skullgirl or Catgirl character. Alright, you know how it goes. I started off with a block out, the same I do with every character I make. Her proportions felt weird to me the entire time, so I had to keep making a lot of just little corrections to line up properly with the reference image. I got the reference image from the SkullGirls wiki page and some of the Discord members. We all kinda like shared pictures and stuff and gameplay to kind of help each other out. Her ears are a little bit different than most cat girls. They seem a little bit more rigid and stiff than normal cat girls. I also think she uses them as a weapon, so I tried to model them with that look in mind and just try to keep them with the same shape and the like rigidity of what it's displayed in the reference image. So after the block out, it's time for the clothing, and I started with the upper shirt. She doesn't really have much clothing on, and it's mostly revealing for the utility and not the viewers, I'm sure. I randomly decided to do the hair in the middle of the clothing. I don't really know why. I did this model mostly in one sitting because I picked the very last few hours of the challenge to do it. So all of this was very, very rushed. After the hair, it was on to the bell thingy for her collar. This one took a little bit because I wanted to use the geometry to really like help sell the shape and everything for when I was texture painting. So I put a little bit more work in than just adding a spear and, you know, hoping that I could draw everything on later. The belt piece and buckle were pretty simple, just extruding and such to get the shapes correct and fitting the way that I wanted. The pouches were pretty simple as well, just after I made them I just duplicated them around a bunch. Moving on down to the thigh piece and the socks. Are they socks? They look like socks. And they weren't too hard, just kept following the reference and doing the best I can with the images that were given and looking up and also looking at gameplay for the character. After the clothing, I remeshed the head and cut out the eye sockets. I'm pretty bad at faces. I really need to like work on it a lot, because she actually doesn't even have a mouth. It's just geometry with a tooth. And I'm going to take this opportunity to mostly blame my time management skills for that one. So yeah, that's how we got this done. So after all that, the modeling's pretty much done. So next up is time for the unwrapping and texture painting. So I go over the whole model and make seams, and then I unwrap and lay them out. I try and check for like overlapping geometry because that'll make issues when you're texture painting, and I try to correct it the best I can. Texture painting is one of my favorite parts of the character modeling process. I quite enjoy it a lot, and I don't really know how to like get good materials to work. It's something I definitely need to put some more time into, but I haven't gotten other materials to really work. The only time I've gotten the look I really wanted was through texture painting, and I very much enjoy it. It's just kind of like coloring a 2D image. So in order to get the colors right, I color pick from the image in the back to make sure all the colors match. I'm super horrible at color theory, so following colors that are already on a made character or a reference I can pull from is so monumental in helping me out. I only really have to worry about where to place the shadows, highlights, and other such colors as that, and it makes it a lot easier for me. So texture painting is just texture painting. There's not really much to say with it except for with me it all looks bad until like the last 10% of texture painting. Like those last final touches you do, that's what makes like the model really like come together and look good for me in my opinion. So Miss Fortune has these scars all over her body because her like limbs can come apart, and I was trying to figure out the best way to do that. I thought the best way would be to model it in, but I was very quickly running out of time, and so I just kept going with things that I already knew how to do. So I figured the easiest way would be to texture paint them in, and so that's what I did, and I tried to match the color and the shapes and kind of give them a little bit of depth with some like black lines and whatnot. So after doing the black lines for the scars, I decided, hey, maybe I should try to do like this black line art like on other areas of the body and see how it works. And I really liked it, and I think it made some pieces pop the way that like they do in the drawing. So I just went around the model and just kind of drew in some of these black lines, these detail lines, to try and make some parts look a little bit better. So after all the texture painting and touch-ups, that was pretty much it. I didn't have time to really rig or pose her or do anything like really clever, so I just left her in the static position and made a turnaround and submitted it literally the hour of the deadline for the challenge prompt in the Discord. So yeah, that's Miss Fortune entirely. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it a lot. It means truly more than you know. Also, drop a comment below. I reply to all the comments I can, and I greatly enjoy seeing them. It lets me talk to you, lets you talk to me, and it's just kind of really nice. If you haven't already, please check out the Gumroad. There's some really good base meshes there that you can use that will really get you started for your next like project. If you'd like more detailed information on how I model, please check out my other videos. There's a lot more information in those. And with all of that being said, you know how it goes. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma, and tell her cat, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.